Saskatchewan. It's the National Lacrosse League, live from Co-op Field inside SaskTel Center. Cody Jansen, John Fraser, Heather Morrison with you as the Saskatchewan Rush are set to take on the Georgia Swarm. It's a rematch of round one of the NLL playoffs last year, but couple new faces out here. Let's start with the Swarm. Michael Grace, he has burst onto the scene.
Certainly, the third overall pick from 2024, off to a great start in his debut season. Taking a look right there, his first career goal, all for a guy playing out of the back gate. On top of that, he's got 5 assists, and even I think if you talk to the Swarm coaching staff, what Grace has done so far this season, they weren't even expecting it. He's been a great add to this team, and he's going to be a big part of this season and the future for the Georgia Swarm.
Then what the Rush have been expecting and getting, that's Zach Mance. He has 6 goals in his first 2 games.
Cody, he's looking for a hat trick of hat tricks tonight. He had 3 goals in his first game, 3 goals in the loss against Ottawa, including this absolute beauty going airborne as Zach Mance. He can score like that. He can score from anywhere on the floor. If the Rush want to move to 2-1, 2-0 here at home, they're going to have to lean on Zach Mance.
They've got the firepower. Second halves have been a bit of an issue.
Yeah, certainly. They've been starting great in the first half, but look at their second half struggles. 16 goals against, giving up a ton of shots. I know head coach Derek Keenan not impressed with the second half. He says they've got to tighten that up. It's about getting back to the systems to clean up the second halves.
Let's take a look at the starting goaltenders in this one, shall we? Brent Dobson, 1-1 on the season, 9.39 goals against average, save percentage of .833, making 90 saves in 2 minutes of action. 2-2 against the guys in green. 200 feet away from him in the other crease will be Frank Chiliano, getting the call for Saskatchewan. 1-1 on the season, 11.54 goals against average, .802 save percentage, 5-4 all time against the Georgia Swarm, last year's goaltender of the year. Jake Naso missed the opening game for Saskatchewan, so fans have yet to see him on Co-op Field. He'll take the opening face-off for Saskatchewan. As for the Georgia Swarm, looks like it'll be McIntosh jumping in there. Naso, first face-off win. Parmena's Phoenix taking the draw.
What a way to get your first game started. Up against Jake Naso. Hey kid, welcome to your first game. Go to the dot against one of the league's best.
NLL debut for number 20 in white and Jeremy Phoenix. Keenan backdoor feed. Shanks avoids the crease. Rush going right to left on your TV screen. Home green jerseys, black shoulders, white trim. Captain Ryan Keenan up top. Trying to go high. Dobson made the save with his right arm. And the rebound scooped up by the rookie, Michael Grace. Hands off to Lyle Thompson. 33-year-old has a goal and 4 assists this season. Swarm 1-1. 0-1 on the road. Came at a loss against Buffalo. Up top, Shane Jackson. Hand off, and that shot goes high by Nolan Byrne, and it's scooped by Holden Garland.
A little bit of a slow start for Lyle Thompson early in this season, just 5 points, actually behind the aforementioned Mr. Grace, but I expect a big night out of Lyle Thompson. He always plays well against Saskatchewan.
Brock Haley up top, goalless to start the season. Austin Shanks now picked up last season in the offseason. Man's overside, and he scores. Zach Mance has his 7th of the season.
We said just moments ago in our pregame intro, Cody, that Zach Mance can score in many different ways. He's got the highlight reel goals, but if you just give him time and space, he's going to snipe. That's what he is best known for. His 7th on the year. Last year, the Rush did a lot of scoring by committee early in this season. It's been the big boys coming to show up. Zach Mance with his 7th, now out of the team, tied for the team lead with Robert Church, who's at 6. Ryan Keenan and Austin Shanks at 3 for this club.
2 shots on goal. 1 finds the twine for the Rush in a team that went scoreless in the opening quarter a week ago in Ottawa. Messenger face off. He'll stay in play here on offense a little bit. Crash and bang. Church zips it across. Keenan up top. Shanks. Arm saved by Thompson, and now the Rush have to get back.
Rush have been a better team in the first halves of games so far this season. So as expected, off to a good start. See if they can keep it up.
Benedict now right to the middle. Shot goes wide. Burns got the rebound. Chiliano's down and he scores. Nolan Byrne ties it up at 1 with his third of the season.
I think the Rush defenders and Frank Chiliano thought that one was heading the opposite way. The lively boards here at SaskTel Center, normally an advantage for the home club as they know what's happening, but instead, all the defenders in no man's land. Chiliano already down and out, and Johnny on the spot is Nolan Byrne, the Greelim, Ontario product, catches it off the backboards and puts it behind and out of position Frank Chiliano to tie this one up early, Cody.
Naso and Phoenix back on the stripe. A battle of a Duke alumni and a Mercyhurst alumni. Hossack has the loose ball. Gives way to Zach Mance. 10 points on the season for the Victoria product. Josh Zawada now short side. That's off the back of the net.
Say Zawada his best chance so far early on in this season. What a great shot that was.
Swarm have numbers. Cole's off the bench. Cole's going to drive inside. Ball got knocked free. Still popped up, and Chiliano has to make the save. Jordan McIntosh was there on the far side. Zach Miller and Carter Page are the scratches for the Swarm. So expect Jordan McIntosh to get a fair amount of O time. Lyle Thompson, he'll cut to the middle, trying to go low glove, and this is going to bounce back. Jarrett Smith playing in his first game of the season. Winnipeg product jogs up, grabs the loose ball, and now he waits for some offensive support. Austin Shanks, former Whitby Warrior, dumps it to Robert Church. Church now, two-man game. Keenan for Shanks, far side look, and Dobson has to stretch out to punch it with the left hand.
Nice save there by Dobson. Coming into this one, just 43 stops away from 2,000 in his career.
Kean Moon, far side, Calgary product.
RMLL alumni too, Cody.
Byrne, pass got picked off by Messenger. Messenger now is Church off the bench. Boudreau's in transition. Messenger, Boudreau back to Messenger. Trying to spin move, ends up spinning into the defender though, and Mike Manley.
This is going to be the thing that the Rush have to be careful about. Georgia can run, they're young, and they have so many guys that can stay in play on this offense. You can't get caught down floor.
Lyle Thompson now, 5-hole attempt. Chiliano kicks safe, still falls back. The loose ball, Smith and McClelland are there.
Thompson getting oh so close. You feel like he's going to have one drop and then just break out in Lyle Thompson fashion here any moment now, Cody.
Ryan Keenan for Zawada. Zawada inside, and he's robbed by Dobson. Didn't bite for the fake. McIntosh now. Had Jeff Henrik up top. Now Henrik's going to go off for a change. And Kean Moon is the fifth forward. Thompson for Byrne. Youngsters going to work. Byrne's already got one. Byrne, little spin back move. Defender on him. Dunk attempt. It's going to get waved off. Shot clock violations the call. McIntosh finished it, but they'll say it was after.
Waiting to see if anybody's reaching for the red flag there on the Georgia bench. Doesn't appear so, Cody. No challenge upcoming on this one. It was a pretty goal, though. Just a second too late.
Levi Anderson on the roll. Put this one in the chest of Brett Thompson.
Another Calgary product. Played his college at St. Joe's. 2 goals on the young season. Sophomore season for Anderson.
Caleb Benedict. Chiliano again, another save. That's number 3 on the game for him. Garlett thinking about pushing it. Accioni was down in the corner. Now they'll get a change. Still 20 on the shot clock here. Double team's gonna come towards Ryan Keenan though. Father Derek is the co-head coach of this Rush squad. Keenan back over to Mance. Mance to the middle, and it's behind the cage. Oh, smooth with the low to low. Went through everyone, ends up behind the net though.
Fans got excited here for a minute as that hit the back of the mesh there. The quick celebration before realizing it wasn't in.
Phoenix to Burnt. Thompson to the corner. Moon defended by Messenger. Here's Connell. Connell now low shot. Save made by Frank Chiliano. And Frank Chiliano's going to step on that as we're at our media timeout. Georgia and Saskatchewan knotted up at 1 apiece as Messenger has arrived early. 1-1 in the opening quarter between Saskatchewan and Georgia. Let's go down between the benches. Heather Morrison standing by.
Thanks, Cody. Well, the last time these two teams matched up was the absolute last game for the Georgia Swarm in the 2025 season. It was a quarterfinal in the playoffs, and Georgia's Shane Jackson has to admit that that game still stings a little bit for the guys that were there. Here's how it played out. Jacob Hickey opened up the scoring for the Georgia Swarm, and they held the lead for most of the first quarter until Jake Boudreau scored one, and then Zach Mans followed up 21 seconds later. The Rush would not relent the lead for the rest of the game. Jackson did end on a positive note, said, hey, we don't dwell on the past. We got a lot of new guys here. We're doing a lot of things different. This is going to be a different game.
Boudreau had 4 goals in that game, and anyone who is here remembers a lot of extracurriculars at the end of it, with Boudreau scoring his 4th in the last 10 seconds. Talked to both teams before. They say they don't forget, but they don't expect anything to get out of hand. Every game in the NLL means a lot to an 18-game regular season. Rush have possession. The offense rolls through Robert Church. Zach Mans, lone goal scorer for Saskatchewan. He's hammered into the crease by Hickey.
Well, and you said it, Cody. Both these teams are 1-1, and I know Heather was talking to both coaches this morning, and both said 2-1 looks a lot better than 1-2 in the young season. So you're right. They know it's not about retribution. It's about getting it back on the scoreboard if you can tonight.
Don't want to have to ask Santa for wins. And shot by Jackson goes over the net, and Holden Garland will grab it, crease side.
Yeah, Santa for new shoes and gloves and things like that. Definitely. I don't think Santa quite has the magic to award you a win. I might try to put it on my Christmas list, though, Cody.
Anderson over the restraining line, defended by Manley and Grace. A little flip inside. Keenan's there, and it's knocked off his stick. What a defensive play by Liam McGrath. The Halifax product got back and broke up a perfect opportunity.
Yeah, it looked like Keenan was going to score there for sure, but McGrath stepped up big.
Thompson backdoor feed. Crease dive by McIntosh, ends up in the corner. Shane Jackson, 1 of 4. That was on the 2017 Swarm team that won an NLL championship here in SaskTel Center. Thompson, little pump fake, trying to spin around Barnable, and he'll strip him of the ball.
Also, that 2017 game, probably the death of the double empty netter in box lacrosse, or the NLL as we know it. If you were in the barn that night, you know exactly why.
Mans and Haley up top. Here's Josh Zawada, had the game winner in Gas South Arena last March. Church, Anderson. Handcuffs Mans with that pass, and this one got batted all the way down to Frank Chiliano, and he'll just leave this one in the corner.
I know the Rush going with slightly different looks this year. I know they returned almost their entire squad, but you're seeing a lot more of Anderson, a lot more of Zawada, and I think that's why you're seeing some of the offensive sloppiness, especially early on in the season so far, Cody, working in the new pieces to a cohesive system.
Burn, little twister pass for Cole. Corralled it off the chest pad. Cole, a little twister. Giuliano's going to fall back on it. Garland's on the goal line, too. That one's not going to roll over the Tim Hortons side.
Not quite. Looked close for a minute. We got a pretty good view of that net from up here. I didn't see any white behind the white line of the Timmy's logo. No goal. Great save, Giuliano.
Shanks will set the pick. Church for Keenan. Haley was right down the middle. Now it's Anderson, left side of the floor, bobbled the pass. Got around Phoenix. Now he ripped it across for Keenan, who dropped it. 2 on the shot clock. Shanks is just going to send this one south and head to the bench.
Good example there, Cody. Like I said, the changes, you got no more Mike Triolo. Clark Walters, the healthy scratch for this one. And you're seeing a little bit of the lack of cohesiveness still into the third game here for that Rush offense.
Thompson from Benedict. Far side floater hits Bobby Kidd the third. Now Messenger. Pass got batted down. Garland ends up running and scooping the loose ball though. Mance across the floor, and Church rips one off the pipe. Van Scheppen now has an assist already, looking for his second breakaway opportunity, and this one stays out.
I have no idea how Chiliano made that save. It looked like it hit his stick, his jersey, his pad, whatever it bounced off of. Great save, Chiliano on the break.
Might have just taken a page out of Doug Jameson's book with the swinging hand behind the back save right there. We'll need a replay of that as he stopped Ben Trumbull on the breakaway. Now Jared Smith is going to head north. 3-on-2. Smith for Shanks. 5-hole attempt. Dobson says no. Accioni now. He'll reach in and grab the rebound. That's allowed in winter ball. Summer ball, they tell you no go.
Accioni, a guy that the entire coaching staff was really high on coming out of training camp in his sophomore season here in the NLL.
Church for Haley. There it is. First of the season for Brock Haley.
Young Mr. Haley removed monkey from back. Haley looks snake-bitten to start the year. A lot of grade A chances, just couldn't put any behind a goaltender. And what do you know? Off of a great loose ball recovery by Matt Accioni, kept that play alive, waited for the offensive guys to come on, and you can tell how fired up Brock Haley is for his first goal of the season. The Port Hope, Ontario native. Just a scramble. Again, this all goes back to Accioni scooping that one over the crease. It was just scramble mode for the Georgia D on that. They thought they were clear. Instead, it leads to Brock Haley's first of the season, Cody.
8-7, the Rush beat Georgia last year in the regular season down in Duluth. Zawada had the game winner. Brock Haley had 2 goals and an assist. Here's Austin Shanks, got around Grace. Robert Church now over to Keenan, quick stick denied. Keenan, all sorts of tied up with the defender. He's knocked down. Dobson will scoop it up, and Saskatchewan is going to the power play with 3:46 left to go in quarter number 1 as Captain Keenan hobbles off. Brock Haley has made it 2-1 for the guys in green.
The National Lacrosse League makes its return to Edmonton on January 16th as the Georgia Swarm match up against the Calgary Roughnecks in the second ever NLL Unbox Series game. We want you to help bring the energy and excitement to Edmonton for a night to remember. Lyle Thompson and the Swarm, Tanner Cook and the Roughnecks. It's the 2026 NLL Unbox Series game, Friday, January 16th. Get tickets today.
This is the moment you waited all week for. It's Friday night. Whether you're at home or out on the town, it all starts here.
No, he didn't!
The weekend starts here. With NLL Friday night on TSN.
The NLL on ESPN Plus and TSN Plus is brought to you by STX Lacrosse and Nike Lacrosse, the official equipment providers of the NLL, and by TFL Sports. Collect the stars of the National Lacrosse League with officially licensed trading cards and sticker albums. And by StubHub, your home for tickets to the speed and intensity of the NLL.
2-1, the Rush leading at home here against Georgia. What is quickly becoming a rivalry betwixt the two. Saskatchewan great so far in the first half. We alluded to that, scoring 13 times while only giving up 8. It's the second half that has been the coal in the Rush stocking. As we showed in our pregame show, not a great start to the second half. They've been a first half team, but maybe now with the man advantage, an opportunity here to build on their lead.
Rush are 62% on the power play. Georgia 88% on the penalty kill. Keenan, lefty strong look. Robert Church trying to go short side. Off that right pad, Church has 6 goals on the season. 2 of them have come on the power play. Flips it for Shanks. Backdoor feed. Anderson misses the one-timer. Still have 15 on the shot clock. Now Anderson crease dive and tap. Put it right in Dobson's pants.
You mentioned 88%, the Georgia penalty kill, first in the league. They've only given up 1 power play goal in 2 games, Cody. Those are video game numbers, my man.
Lyle Thompson defended by Jake Boudreau. Held him to 1 goal in 2 games last year in their multiple matchups. Thompson, 5 on the shot clock. Connell deep, and that one's saved by Shiliano. Rush will go righty strong on this look as Brock Haley jumps off the bench as the 5th forward. Church is up top. Shanks and Mans are in the shooter spots. Church with the drag. Haley's crease side. Tries another crease dive, and Dobson read it perfectly.
I will say I prefer that righty strong look for the Rush. To me, they've got more danger from all 5 spots there. I love Ryan Keenan down crease side along with Brock Haley, 2 guys that can score from everywhere.
Benedict and Moon. 2-man key. Key and Moon. Got around Barnable, can fire on the run, and this one's going to bounce back into the neutral zone.
Great job there by Moon, avoiding the double team. As he had 2 Rush defenders all over him, and a little closer to a delay of game call as that one was fired down. The refs let it go. Figured the buzzer was still going. The long buzzer at SaskTel Center.
Mance all by himself, got his own rebound, and Dobson jumps out and attacks.
The old lively boards here helping out the home team. Mans knew exactly where that one was coming off of those.
Georgia's penalty kill now over 90% for their first 3 games.
Unbelievable.
Anderson scoops up the ball. Van Scheppen will defend. Brock Haley. Let's swing it around. Anderson has it up top. 10 to shoot. Haley for Shanks. Shanks with 3, and this one evades the pocket and heads into the stands.
I believe that was a little break up there by Jeremy Phoenix, making his first career start.
Lyle Thompson now off the far pipe.
He's had a few grade A chances. Shiliano to the task on every one of them.
Shane Jackson, 7 goals, 9 points coming into this game. Down for Cole. Cole trying a little BTB flip. Ends up with the Rush netminder. He's got to get out of the crease within 4 seconds. Now he's got a second to get it over half. Put it on a rope to Jake Boudreau.
That is one improvement I've seen early in the season in Shiliano's game. That long pass and his ability to nail it.
Boudreau has 8 points in 2 games against the Swarm as a defender. Inside, try to put that up high. Generally, his shot would be low and to the left. Try to switch it up that time, and it goes wide. 7 on the run. Connell stopped by Shiliano. Rush might have one more look here. Hosick up the floor. Barnable, 1 to shoot. Let it fly, and Dobson, 1 more. Why not to end the quarter with 13 saves? Brett Dobson keeping the Georgia Swarm within 1. Zach Mans, Brock Haley have goals for the Rush. Nolan Byrne with the lone marker for Georgia. 15 down. Join us for the second quarter after the break.
Next week, ESPN has you covered for all your NLL action. First, a Saturday doubleheader on ESPNU as the Rush head east to take on the Thunderbirds at 6 p.m. Eastern, followed by the Swarm traveling to Loud House to take on the Mammoth. And then Sunday on ESPN2, the 3-time defending champion Bandits head to Cowtown to take on the Roughnecks. All 3 games are also available on ESPN+, TSN+, and NLL+. Well, you may notice a little similarity between the Saskatchewan Rush and the Georgia Swarm tonight, and that all was because of a problem that Swarm head coach Ed Como had last year. They decided with their defense, they're going to play a style where they stay in, they pack it in, and they give up a lot of shots. And, you know, at moments he said it was good, but over the long season, it wasn't as effective. He looked around to the league and he saw some defenses, including the Rush, playing with a lot of pressure, and he thought, we could do that. We could be a bit more disruptive. We could play a little more aggressively, and you can even see, too, that in size-wise, their two defenses match up quite a bit. And their goalie, Brett Dobson, says that works for me, because when they're dictating the game and the pace, it makes the shooters uncomfortable, and that makes his job a lot easier.
Jeremy Phoenix with his first face-off win of the game. Naso was 4 for 4 in that opening quarter, but it'll be the Swarm with the opening possession here. Now going right to left on your TV screen. Lyle Thompson across the floor. Byrne looking for his second. Takes a heavy hit from Messenger. 2 on the shot clock. Cole off the left hand of Chiliano and ends up going out of play. Thanks for joining us on a Saturday night. It was minus 43 in Saskatchewan this morning when we woke up. So yeah, we're thankful to be inside this afternoon. And if you're watching on NLL Plus, Peachtree Sports Network, hey, thanks for tuning in. We got a dandy on our hands here. Jake Boudreau scoops up the loose ball in his own zone and makes way for Mike Messenger. A couple of Saskatoon locals now.
Fun fact, minus 40 is where Fahrenheit and Celsius finally match, otherwise known as dang cold, Cody.
Robert Church, a game high, 2 assists so far. Mance back over to Church. That shot got blocked by Manley. Anderson for Mance. Keenan, backdoor, Shanks, and that one squeaks behind the cage.
Dobson flashing the stick there. One of the best in the league. He's always had really good numbers against Saskatchewan, minus last season's playoff game, and that trend seems to be coming back to normal here early on in this one, Cody. Several grade A chances by the Rush.
Cole now, swim move around Accioni. Big size difference on this one. Cole still has it. Backdoor flip, and Connell misses on the one-timer.
The desperation stab by Mike Messenger works out.
Jared Smith up the floor, played in his first game of the season. Mans bounces one for Keenan. Named captain last season. Keenan from Mans to Anderson. Josh Zawada, the Raleigh, North Carolina product. Flip to Haley, and a call is coming. With the stick on the turf, generally that's a holding call.
And not the kind of penalty you want to see. Typically, holding calls, if you see them on offense, that's the kind of thing that your coach is going to pop a vocal cord, reminding you of what not to do as you head back to the bench. Anderson there getting a little bit too handsy, trying to set a pick there, removes the stick from the defender's hands. That's about as cut and dry. And again, it's calls like that drive coaches absolutely nuts, Cody.
Georgia's power play 40% this year. Rush penalty kill 62%. Lefty strong look. They'll swing it around, and Jackson near side goes off the side of the net and out of play.
They're going to say that one went straight off the turf, and I agree with them on that one, Cody. That one just got caught up in the stick, went straight down and out, so it's the Rush's ball.
Messenger posts up, 3 goals, 3 assists, 23 loose balls in his first 2 games for Messenger.
Is that good?
If there was an NLL video game, most of us wouldn't be able to put up those type of numbers. Ryan Keenan now put it on goal. Rebound was there for a second, and it got scooped up by Manley.
Messenger staying out for this entire penalty kill, too, as he saunters on back to play another full 30 of this.
Cole for Thompson. Boudreau knocked it free. Then he got tripped up. Hossack now 1-on-2. Hossack thinking about driving here. Boudreau's up with a little bit of rug burn after getting clearly tripped by Lyle Thompson. But ref will say they're both battling for the ball. Zawada now. It's a 3-on-4 look because the Swarm are hanging Shane Jackson high, so Mike Messenger stays back. Zawada on the roll, 5 holes, scores. Josh Zawada with the shorty for his first of the season, and it's 3-1 Saskatchewan.
Speaking of things that are going to drive coaches nuts, right there, the short-handed goal for the Saskatchewan Rush with the shot clock winding down. Josh Zawada, the Duke alumnus, his first of the season. Just a nice seeing eye shot, but again, it was one of those right near the end of the shot clock while George is on the power play, just beats Dobson clean. Again, not one the coaching staff is going to like. Might be a few veins on the foreheads here throughout this second quarter, Cody.
In a 3v4 situation, you gotta use your legs, and that's what Josh Zawada does best. Here's Messenger now, 2-on-3. Messenger throws it behind the back, and that'll ring some red.
That is a classic why everybody in this province loves Mike Messenger moment. Stiff arms the guy like he's a running back in football and goes B2B on a pretty good scoring chance. Messenger having one of the best seasons of his career so far.
Shanks from the far half wall. Church sets the pick. Pass got knocked out. Seth Van Scheppen now poked it forward. Jacob Hickey has it in front of the penalty box. Van Scheppen, acquired from Calgary. Jackson back on the restraining line, inside feed. Moon was cutting towards the cage. Moon still has it. He can let it fly from anywhere. Good Alberta boy. That one's gonna sting Bobby Kidd III. He just found out how hard Kian Moon can shoot real quick.
Yeah, lots of NLL fans have sent many barns across Western Canada, and now Bobby Kidd III gets to feel it. Moon looked like he wanted to go for the slam dunk. I thought he was gonna go. I was getting fired up. Pulls it back and shows off that hard shot, and BK3 wears it.
Zawada, the latest goal scorer. Church. Mance inside. Brock Haley trying to throw behind the back as well. The Rush are getting a little fancy with it here, and Georgia still trailing by 2. Henrik trying to push back some defenders. He'll stay in crash and bang. Benedict. Burn now, fade away. Messenger grabs it off a one-hop, throws it up for Garland. Holden Garland on a breakaway, and he runs over Dobson.
And the
Cossack has it, penalties coming. And I believe that means they'll say Garland was pushed in. Giuliano's gonna go to the bench, 6-on-5 here. 5 on the shot clock, Rush have to be quick with it. Shanks, Haley, up top. Church, kick saved by Dobson. They blew it down here, and I believe it was by accident. It would have been a Rush ball, but someone's going to the power play as Garland and Dobson get acquainted in the crease.
The NLL returns to Edmonton as Lyle Thompson and the Swarm host the Roughnecks for the league's 2nd annual NLL Unboxed Series event. Head to Ticketmaster.ca to get your tickets now. Well, things are heating up here at SaskTel Center, and one guy you don't want to get angry is Mike Messenger. He's an absolute beast in more ways than one. 14 penalty minutes for Mike Messenger in Ottawa last week, all coming from a fight in the last 90 seconds of the game. Coach Keenan, not bothered by it. He said he didn't like the hits Nasa was taking all night, knowing the injury that he sustained in training camp, so Messenger stood up for that player. Now in the Calgary game, here's another reason the Swarm does not want to poke this bear, because he took a hit that he thought should be a penalty, turned into another gear. This guy is all over the scoreboard. As you can see, he is one loose ball away from 1,000 in his career. And that's because Keenan says he's a beast, and when he channels it in the good ways, that's a very good thing for us.
Thanks, Heather. And during the break, Jordan McIntosh, the referees, the entire Georgia Swarm team having a conversation. And I think they reversed the call, not calling onto the Swarm. Instead, Holden Garland is going to serve 2 minutes in the bin of sin for interference, which really, Cody, upon further review or watching the replays, I think that's the right call.
So what happens if the Rush score on a 6-on-5? I'm sure Twitter would be no fun at all if that happened. But the Swarm are going to the power play. 40% on the season coming into this one. 0 for 1 so far. Lefty strong luck. Cole will quarterback it from up top. Here's Cole, backdoor feed. Jackson put it behind the net again. Couple of times now he's had that quick stick opportunity. It just isn't falling for him yet.
You know, I thought that one up here might have caught the foot of Chiliano, but that's twice now that Shane Jackson. You don't see Shane Jackson miss that. He's leading the Georgia Swarm in goals with 7 so far this year. A consistent scoring threat. It's rare to see him miss that. Don't expect him to miss that all night long, Cody.
Co-MVP a few seasons back. Mans for Zawada has one shorthanded goal already in this game. Ball bounced to Anderson. He wasn't ready for it. This will roll all the way back into Saskatchewan territory. 7:54 left to go in the half. 1:11 left in the penalty to Holden Garland. Now, Garland would generally be on this first penalty kill unit for Saskatchewan, but Connor McClellan now plugs into his position. Thompson over to Jackson, far side, and the quick stick by Benedict bounces out.
Just so close on both of those quick sticks. Like, just missing by millimeters here, Cody, and then not even catching the break of putting it off of Chiliano or the iron and allowing the Rush to take over. Those got to start dropping for the Swarm here right away.
They're getting the looks they want, and I'm sure Ed Como's not too mad about that. Church for Mance. Robert Church now inside Zawada. Might be 3 of the last 4 shots have been behind the back, aka BTB attempts for the Rush.
And they're over on all of them.
Not the shot choice Jimmy Quinlan probably loves. Cole is in the corner. Swarm are on the power play for another dozen seconds or less. Jackson, Thompson, give and go. Chiliano with the left arm makes a save. Shane Jackson now the assistant captain for McIntosh. Garland's out of the sin bin, back to even strength. Flips it, McIntosh takes it. Yeah, this one skims off Chiliano's leg pad. Caleb Benedict. McIntosh now, that shot got blocked by McClellan. Hossack now gets the vacuum out. Finds Messenger. Messenger a one-on-one with Henrik. Swim move. McIntosh got back on defense and got in the way there. Shanks out of the corner. Mance cuts to the middle, trying to float it short side. Back for Church, and Church rips this one high. Another opportunity got deflected and ends up in the netting above the glass. Shanks again out of the corner. Brock Haley hops out on the logo. Haley, Zawada, and Mans are the goal scorers. Mans now. Church knocked down his defender. Haley backdoor, and they'll say he stepped in the crease before receiving that pass. Up the floor, Byrne threw a knuckleball. I believe Boudreau must have got a piece of that one. Took a weird angle, and sometimes as a goaltender, you don't really appreciate that.
Well, and you could see how Chiliano was lined up. It did move last second. You're right, Cody. Jake Boudreau just deflecting that at the last possible moment.
Shanks again, far side. Church and Zawada out there to help. Anderson trying to go 5-hole. Dobson denies him. Now another stretch pass. This one for Hickey, and it goes off of his calf.
And that's what makes Georgia so dangerous, especially as you look into late in quarters, late in halves. They got everybody that can run. They got young legs, and everybody can stay in play.
Connell for Moon. Thompson trying to pull this one around his defender. Bouncing back on the logo. And Chiliano makes a save, but it's at the end of the shot clock. Saskatchewan up 3-1. Josh Zawada has the latest. We're back with the first half finale in a minute.
The National Lacrosse League makes its return to Edmonton on January 16th as the Georgia Swarm match up against the Calgary Roughnecks in the second ever NLL Unboxed Series game. We want you to help bring the energy and excitement to Edmonton for a night to remember. Lyle Thompson and the Swarm, Tanner Cook and the Roughnecks. It's the 2026 NLL Unboxed Series game, Friday, January 16th. Get tickets today.
This is the moment you waited all week for. It's Friday night. Whether you're at home or out on the town, it all starts here.
No, he didn't!
The weekend starts here.
Oh, what a move!
With NLL Friday night on TSN.
Welcome back to Co-op Field in SaskTel Center, where the Rush have a 3-1 lead over the Georgia Swarm. Now, very different look for Georgia this year. Head coach Ed Como said, last year we were the oldest team in the league, and we had some guys retiring, and we thought, let's make a big change here. Their GM always does a good job of stockpiling draft kicks, and they saw the success the other team had with a lot of good young guys. So they brought in a ton of rookies this year. He says they're just playing with a ton of energy, revitalizing with the veteran guys bring as well. One such standout, Nolan Byrne, the lone goal scorer for the Georgia Swarm tonight, making those rookies proud.
Youngest team in the league at 27 years old. Another guy to look out for, Keon Moon, the former Calgary Raiders Offensive Player of the Year, the RMLL and RMLL MVP back in 2023. That guy can bury lots of guys. I mean, we highlighted Michael Grace pregame. Like, it's rare in professional sports to see a team go from oldest to youngest and still be really quite good. And I think that's what this Georgia Swarm team has. They just keep coming at you with so many dangerous weapons. They're going to get one of these that they've been spiking to fall, and it's going to be the floodgates open.
Credit a lot of that to the guy on the bench in Ed Como. Anderson has it. Over to Church. He'll drive inside. Loose ball got picked up by Manley. Up the floor is Thompson. And Lyle Thompson left the front gate early, and that's going to be a call against Georgia.
Yeah, that one pretty cut and dry. Our officiating crew had that one from across the floor. And we talk about the youth of Georgia, but when you've got a guy like Brett Dobson in net, that really helps stabilize things as well. Off to a great start this year. Coming up, the way that the Rush have been shooting so far, I think we're going to see his 2,000th save tonight. I'm no math wizard, and I don't pretend to play one on television, but he's 23 saves away from 2,000 on the evening. 2,000 for the career, 20 saves away. He hasn't stopped 2,000 tonight.
Would be impressive, though.
Hey, man, I can tell you, growing up, there were some nights it felt like I saw 2,000 in the game.
Rush are going to the power play. 0 for 1 so far. Lefty strong look. Church for Mance. Trying to go short side that time. Grabbed by Hickey. Hickey with a couple seconds to spare. Gets it into Saskatchewan territory where he's met by Jarrett Smith. Keon Moon. Lyle Thompson. No longer 3 Thompson brothers on this Swarm squad. Jeremy's and Rochester. Miles not in the league right now. Cole for Jackson. Rush have one shorty in the game. Swarm are looking for their first. Keenan's gonna grab it, and little fake handoff with Church. Now Shanks looking to go quick. McIntosh blocked it. Not many guys in this league are playing power play 1 and penalty kill 1. Jordan McIntosh is that dude. Manley now. Hickey dancing around. Makes way for Richie Connell. Colorado product, played his collegiate at Denver. Thompson. Messenger at the loose ball. That's number 1,000 in his career. He is the Saskatchewan rush leader in that category, not yet the franchise leader. Keenan quarterbacks the unit. Mance, Church. Now Robert Church, short side. Dobson calmly steps to his right. McIntosh back there. Shanks trying to get the loose ball as well. Anderson trying to get into help. He'll run into Dobson. Up the floor, Phoenix in his first NLL game. Thought about it, out of the box. Not a bad look right there on the 3-on-2.
He had a wide open look, right? The rusher caught it change. Why not take the shot, young man? Especially a guy like that, a rookie. Chiliano's not going to know your shooting chart, so great little play by him.
Haley pushes away Henrik, and now got a pass. Took a big hit right there, as well as Ben Trumbull slid down. Another 3-on-2 for the Swarm. Trumbull. For the righty, he put himself in a bit of an awkward spot there. Instead of staying high, he kept running towards the left side or the left post. Didn't give himself a shooting lane, but now the offense is on the floor, and they've got 10 to work with. Jackson denied by Chiliano. Rebound for Mooney, stopped again.
Chiliano now up to 17 saves in this one, Cody, and Georgia has had some great chances from all over the floor. Lots of defensive breakdowns there for the Rush, and Frank the Tank bailing them out.
Zawana looking for his second of the game. Keenan now, swim move. Trying to drive and pull it short side. Dobson up for Van Scheppen. Former first-round pick back in 2022.
One assist on the night for Van Scheppen as well.
Thompson for Benedict. Benedict now, bouncer. Kicked out by Frank Chiliano, and Georgia will call their timeout with just over 16 seconds left to go in the half.
It's about drawn up to perfection, as you want to see when you take the ball with less than a minute to go, but more than 30 seconds to go. Go on down, get yourself your reset, call your timeout, and drop on a 6-on-5 play. It looks like this is going to be a tight, low-scoring affair, a goaltender battle here tonight. So every single goal, every single opportunity going to be huge here.
Don't forget, coming up on the game halftime, we'll get you some analysis. NLL Wired, you'll hear from a couple of coaches, and we'll take a look around the NLL. A few games here as we head into the Christmas break. And by break, I mean a couple of days off for these guys. The Rush are back in action on the 27th against Halifax. That's a quick turnaround. A lot of lacrosse, though. I know for Derek Keenan and company, they've talked about their schedule in the past, and it's been the bye weeks early that make it tough to get into a rhythm. I don't think they're exactly complaining, although the travel around the holidays, not exactly ideal. Georgia's put Brett Dobson on the bench. 17 and a half seconds have gone up on the clock. They'll run it 6-on-5, 3 lefties, 3 righties on the floor. No surprise, Brian Cole, Lyle Thompson are up top. Two of them will converse as they spin the ball above the restraining line. They'll lock it down, a couple more seconds here. Rush aren't going to lock off Thompson. Cole, he'll drive behind the net, dunk attempt. And Garland comes in there to scoop up the garbage, and he'll hold on to it to end the opening half. Interesting play that's drawn up, creative if it works. If it doesn't, not a shot on goal. Shane Jackson was back there waiting. He does have 7 goals on the season. But Frank Chiliano, have yourself a half. 21 saves for the Saskatchewan Rush netminder. It's the home team leading 3-1. We're at the half here from Co-op Field. Welcome to the game at halftime here in Saskatchewan. It's Rush Miss inside SaskTel Center, and the home side, the Rush are up 3-1 on the Georgia Swarm. It's Cody Jansen, John Fraser, Heather Morrison with you this evening. Saskatchewan, well, the young guns have showed up. We talked about their top-end talent and the offense. It's been there in the first half all season. We talked about the second half scares. Well, opening 30, they did their job.
Yeah, absolutely. Led by Zach Mans and Robert Church sneaking 2 assists on both of them. Zach Mans got the party started early on in this one. And then Robert Church finding Brock Haley, monkey off the back for that guy as he gets his first of the year after so many grade A opportunities. But Cody, it's that young defense by the Georgia Swarm really keeping them in check. Meanwhile, on the other side, as well, how about the play of Frank Chiliano?
Hey, Brett Dobson's been really dang good. Frank Chiliano has been even better. 21 saves in that opening half.
And he's really keeping the Rush in it. Georgia has had so many grade A opportunities that he's been able to make look easy. You got to think if the Swarm drain one of these, the floodgates are going to open. But Chiliano has been saying no way, no how early on in this one. He's been the Grinch for the Swarm in this one.
Jake Niso, fine face-off wins. The Swarm have scooped up one more loose ball. Both power plays 0 for 2, and Georgia has turned the ball over 2 more times. Mike Messenger, 3 loose balls. We touched on that. 1,000th in his NLL career. Saskatchewan leads 3-1 over the Georgia Swarm. We're back with more at the half here, live from Saskatchewan. We are at the half in Saskatchewan, but last week our NLL production team in conjunction with TSN was in Ottawa and put the mics on both head coaches. Here's the long-awaited mic'd up return, Jimmy Quinlan, and the debut of Dan McCray on NLL Wires.
Here we go. Let him hear it. Let him hear it. Be on the board when we make a good play. It's kind of lifeless in here. Hey, that's a good pitch. Hey, that's a great pitch. Inside off ball. All day, boys. All day there. Go, go, go hard. Get our legs here. No shot. No shot. Way to crash, Sammy. Way to crash, Sammy. Why is the hit on Ryan Keenan? Why when our player jumps for a ball and's hit from behind, is it just a push? Oh, so I can hit guys when they jump in the air from behind. That's what you're saying. Let's get sideways. You're harder to pick in that scenario. Yeah, 35. It was about 5-second difference. I'd like better body language right now. We'd like better body language.
3-man side.
Yeah.
We're giving up top, which is fine. But with a good shooter, he's getting a good.
He's turned in the corner.
2-man side.
We have got to go through the middle. Get better spacing. When the ball moves, hit it. Move. I'd rather us get higher on the 3 than show from the 2.
Agreed.
Right? Why am I mad? Tell me why I'm mad. Brent! Hey! Come on, you gotta protect them! Let's stay in it. No timeout now, eh? We don't have a timeout. Catch your breath here, boys. Catch your breath here. Please protect our face-off guy! He's not playing the ball! Higher, Josh! He's got bad boots! Why? Why is that so easy? Get the on the inside, boys. If we're still down 2, which I don't think we will be, at like 2 minutes, we're gonna start bringing the goalie. Too many! Hey! They got too many. Go get Higgy, eh? Go get him.
Crash, buddy.
Hey, thanks for everything, man. First of many here, boys. Let's go. Yeah, Black. Yeah. Right, baby.
And welcome back to halftime around the NLL. Last night, Teddy Bear Toss night in Oshawa ended up in sadness for not everybody receiving teddy bears, but for the Oshawa Firewolves fans. Vancouver an 8-6 win. Also going on simultaneously, Rochester, it's Fields O Vision Connor Fields, 5 goals, 10 points for the Nighthawks as they are up 13-8 in the fourth quarter over Philadelphia, the Wings. Meanwhile, little nightcap for your Saturday evening. Vegas, Ottawa. Vegas looking for their first win at home. Ottawa looking to move to 2-1 on the season. Now we go down to floor level. Here's Heather Morrison with Zach Mans for the game interview.
Your coach Derek Keenan said that in Ottawa, the problem was maybe a consistent sticking to the principles and systems that is the Rush identity. How have you felt about your team's ability to do that tonight?
I think we're sticking to the game plan. Their goalie's making some good saves, but I think put out another 30 like that, we'll be in a good spot.
It's a pretty low-scoring game. How are you going to open up some looks for yourself?
Just working hard, trying to get guys open, and then get yourself open by doing that.
All right, thanks, Zach.
Thank you.
Well, the youngsters have certainly done their part. Zach Mans opened the scoring. Brock Haley, Josh Zawada with others for the Rush. Georgia, 1 goal in this one. It's from 21-year-old Nolan Byrne. First round pick, 8th overall this past summer. Lafayette product. Interesting that's where they're at offensively with all the big names and firepower they have.
Certainly. I mean, we've looked, though, all night long. It's like Lyle Thompson and Shane Jackson have just been snake bit. Like, Shane Jackson has had 2 or 3 wide open looks crease side and just spiked it straight down. Frank Chiliano hasn't been able to come over, made a save. And again, both goaltenders have been bananas lands good so far in this one, Cody. But again, Lyle Thompson, lots of pretty little glove saves there by Frank Chiliano. He's getting good looks. He's getting open looks. Shane Jackson getting open looks, right? But again, that's how Georgia's going to get you. It's going to be death by 1,000 cuts. They've got so many guys that can play both ways. And I think it's just a matter of one dropping, especially with the second half struggles Saskatchewan has had. Georgia comes out gangbusters with their young legs, and you could see this turn into a Georgia runaway. Now, that's crazy to say. They're down 2 at half.
Low scoring is an understatement. Naso 5 for 6 on the strike. Up against Trumbull in this one. He'll snap it up to himself and dish it off to Bobby Kent III. Rocking some new neon kicks in this one. Rush are going right to left on your TV screen wearing their home greens. Black shoulders, white trim. Swarm in their road whites, blue buckets, gold trim. Zawada, wrong side of the road. Mans dunk attempt, stopped by Thompson.
And you mentioned the Swarm jerseys. The blue lettering with the yellow outline, massive upgrade from what they had last year. There's my spicy take of the night, Cody. Way better looking in those.
Broadcaster's dream. Benedict and Thompson on the roll. This one got whipped wide. Oh, Byrne picked that one up with a little bit of one-handed flair to it. Rebound went wide. Shot clock got reset though, and now I believe they're going to blow it down. It should not have been reset.
No, that one.
I didn't think it went on goal, but again, we are a little high in the sky in the broadcast booth here. One of the better broadcast booths in the league, though. I will give it credit. I cannot complain with what we're working with. Haley for Church. Punched out by Dobson. Keenan has it now. No points yet for Ryan Keenan. He'll call play. Haley inside. Church with a little backhand whip.
You know, Heather said it when talking to Zach Mans, or Zach Mans said it talking to Heather, that they just got to get more and more looks, but the looks that they're getting are basically open looks. There's no chaos in the middle, really, for the Saskatchewan Rush. They got to start driving to the net, create some havoc, because if Dobson gets an open look, he's going to stop it. He's that good.
Connell back over to Moon. Moon flips it. Thompson takes it, and it's with the left toe. Frank Chiliano deflects it out of harm's way.
Just had Lyle Thompson's number tonight, and you rarely see that from Lyle.
Moon for Jackson. Back to Moon. Double step down, and that one goes off Chiliano's stick it out of play.
Bold prediction, Cody. He's getting his first career goal tonight. He's been close.
Raiders Lacrosse Club star in the Rocky Mountain Lacrosse League. Now Connell's got an open lane to the net, and he scores! Richie Connell has his second of the season, and the Swarm have cut the lead in half.
The evergreen Colorado product out there, as they would say in the basketball court, breaking ankles. What a great move to start this one. Messenger taken out of the play. Everybody unhappy with that pick. Is the forward thought he was being held, and we are going to have a challenge here for a foot in the crease. Again, from our broadcast location, 5 stories above the upper level here at SaskTel Center. I can tell you exactly how many stories because I got to do those stairs about 6 times a night. We got a pretty good look, but it's always so tough here, especially in Saskatchewan. You got that nice white outline with the Timmy's logo in there. Lots of white, lots of these guys wearing white kicks, so we're going to see. But that was a pretty quick fire by Jimmy Quinlan. So you got to think somebody on the bench, somebody went to his coaching campaign and challenged this one.
Well, we'll get a few more looks at it here, and things will be sped up with the replays now that the refs are getting used to the new system.
Yeah.
Here you get another look at this. And they're looking at that right foot, I believe, because this doesn't go in clean.
No, you see, right foot's down there. Where is it in relation to behind Chiliano? You see our official there signal for the reset. Now the next question is, did he clear the crease before that drops? So now the officials, they got a really cool system in here. They don't have to go and communicate with anybody. They're a cloud-based system. They can take a look at it themselves. Really fancy technology. I don't understand how any of it works, but apparently our officials are really pumped about it, right? So they get to take a look. There's no goal judge like in other sports. You're not going, you're not calling anybody in Toronto here. The officials get to take a look just like you do, sitting at home, watching on your tablet, laptop, smart TV, whatever you're watching on. So ball's out. It's good there. And you see it behind Chiliano. I think, Cody, that view there is our clearest view. I don't think that's going to be a goal. It's out there, it kind of bounces around a little bit. We go frame by frame, right foot's down, and that's when it kind of pops behind Chiliano there. That angle there, if our officiating crew's looking at the same angle, to me that's the one that makes it pretty clear that that ball is not behind Frank Chiliano until his right foot is in the crease.
Still has to be conclusive evidence. And I think from that angle, it tells a pretty good story. If we had an overhead angle, you'd be able to sync those up. But Jimmy Quinlan,
rapid fire on that too.
Didn't take long to just let it fly. But here's the official call.
After review, the shooter steps down in the crease prior to the ball crossing the line.
Well, good thing we wrote it on the board with chalk. We can erase that one off, and it's still a 2-goal game.
And we got a replay right, Cody. 4 years of working together, it's not a lot of those we got bang on, but that one must be the new tech. It's even helping us out in the broadcast booth.
You know what, I have liked the last couple of offensive possessions Georgia's had, though.
Oh, yeah.
Kian Mood had a really good look. Richie Connell just had a good look. The Swarm clearly had a conversation at half, and they looked like a motivated team here in a part of the game where the Rush have tended to struggle this year. Church now, back over to Mance. Church now, Anderson, little fade away.
A little sneaky here, though, Cody, as well. Goals by quarter. Georgia's only got 4 in the third quarter, while the Rush have 6. So Georgia might not be letting them in the second half like the Rush, but they're not dropping them coming out of halftime.
Cole got around Bobby Kidd the third. Thompson up top for Byrne. Dozen to work with. Byrne pushed back by Messenger.
But you are bang on, Cody. That Georgia has looked so much better here the last couple possessions. I got Connor Fields in the 5 goals, 10 points in my head right now.
Ryan Barnabal will stay in play. And now this is blown down as the ref will run down and have a look here. I think we have a glass malfunction by the Rush bench.
Yeah, it fell out there. We're going to have to get the crew from Saskatchewan, although our officials look like it just snaps back in.
It's never as easy as it looks.
No, absolutely not. I don't see guys with work gloves and ladders coming yet, though.
I assume the call has been put in, possibly, or maybe it does actually snap in like that.
I didn't know glass was like Lego. It is. You can't see it on your camera, on your screen right now, but it is a curved piece by the Rush bench, by backup goaltender Thomas Kajzik that is causing the problem. That's the piece on the Georgia side. Its twin is on the Saskatchewan side. The referee went over, and we do have the Sastel Center crew in here now. You know, I bet you when that guy got to work I bet you when he got to work this morning, oh, the wave. He didn't think he'd be on camera, but say hello. Say hello to TV in Georgia. Say hello to TSN and ESPN Plus, Mr. Camera Guy, or Mr. Maintenance Guy.
So while they fix that, John, you've seen Saskatchewan's first couple of games where third quarters have been okay. Fourth quarters is where they've struggled. What do they have to do? What do they have to fix to make sure that they play a full 60?
Well, I know head coach Derek Keenan said this morning to Heather that it was about their defensive game. I would tend to argue, and I know if we're talking lacrosse, I'm usually wrong when it comes to John Fraser versus Derek Keenan, but to me the offense has just kind of gone ice cold. And we saw this a bit last year too, Cody. I remember a lot of the games, especially the ones that you and I worked here at Sastel Center, that the other team would come out with a strong right, and the Saskatchewan offense, whether they're unable to adjust or they're slow to adjust, would just come out, get ice cold, not get a lot of good looks. And I think that comes down to, I think this is a club that needs to, maybe get a little dirtier on offense, get some of those ugly goals. We see these guys all got the skill level. I mean, you even got guys coming to the back gate that can do the pretty behind the back. But it's time to just muck it up, especially if you want to kill the other team's momentum, because we've seen that over and over and over again, right? Yes, the defense needs adjustments. Yes, they're working in new systems. Yes, they are working in some new guys in some new spots. But to me, offensively, you got to get something going.
And from Georgia's perspective, you saw them, quarterfinals, playoffs last year. Different looking team. Tough to talk about the positives when they only have one goal through 33 minutes and 16 seconds. But what's better about this Georgia Swarm team versus their squad last year?
Well, I think their squad last year was obviously much more experienced, more prime for a playoff run, oldest team in the league. But I think the thing I loved about the way they played both last year and the way they played tonight is the fact that you've got versatility. I don't know if there's a team in the league with more versatility than Georgia. I love the speed. I don't think they've been caught on more than maybe one bad change here, Cody. It's just they've always got bodies out there, and that's, the Rush are used to being able to set up. Sometimes maybe you'll get a forward caught back, which is not a problem if you're Georgia. All your guys seemingly are two-way guys, right? So the speed at which this Georgia team has, the size which their defense has, I know we highlighted that. If you're below 6'2", it's like a goaltender in the NHL these days. You can't play goalie in the NHL. You can't play defense for the Georgia Swarm. I mean, I hate to say it, this is so cheesy even by my standards. They just really swarm you when they're on defense. I know, I'm sorry. I had to.
Let's go down between the benches now. Heather Morrison standing by.
Well, we have a moment. Why don't we celebrate the great goaltending that we've seen tonight? Brett Dobson saying he wanted to be above 80 percentile for the season. He's above 85% here tonight. But Frank Chiliano, maybe some superpower coming from this new helmet of his for this season. It's got some great details on it. He put the Ninja Turtles on it just to have a little bit of fun. He's also got the tanks, as you can see. That's from his nickname, Frank the Tank. But the best detail is actually on the back of the helmet, but very few people see. It's a rose, 2 hearts, and his wife and his daughter's name, Natalie and McKenna Rose. And he says he thinks about the fact that they're there with him when the game gets hectic, and it keeps him grounded. Frank at 95 save percentage tonight. Quite impressive.
Real sharp-looking bucket. We got some awesome helmets in this league. The goalies in the NLL do things right.
Matches my Ninja Turtle socks I'm wearing tonight.
Back underway here on Co-op Field. Church will zip this one over the head of Keenan. Obviously, that offensive set a little disrupted with the glass popping out. And now the Swarm offense will get on the floor. Last time they were out, Richie Connell thought he scored, but it got waved off as he stepped in the crease. Here's Moon behind the net, and Messenger another loose ball.
1,001 in his career. Is that any good? Scooping up his 1,000th loose ball earlier.
Garland down for Barnable. Played forward this summer with the Brooklyn Lacrosse Club out in Whitby, Ontario. Plays defender in the winter. Zach Mance around Grace. Mans now trying to go under that right hand of Thompson. He pinched it in with the knee.
And maybe that's a guy, Ryan Barnable, like you said. He plays forward during his summer ball times. Maybe that's the guy that's going to get it going here for Saskatchewan, because right now the Swarm defense and Brett Dobson have just silenced this place.
Byrne takes the ring road. Now McIntosh has it knocked free. Jarrett Smith with the loose ball. Smith in as Adam J went to the IR, an upper body injury against Ottawa. It's why the Rush were playing with essentially 8D in the second half. Anderson, he'll swing back on McGrath. Keenan slows it down. Haley's the last forward off the bench. Keenan now a little bit of space inside Austin Shanks, and he's denied by Thompson.
Great play by Trumbull, getting back there, knocking Shanks down. He heard the train a-coming. He didn't have a lot of time to get a lot on that shot. Easier save than Dobson seen in the slot like that.
Hard pick on set. Barnable peels himself off the turf. And we'll head off to break. 5 minutes into quarter number 3. It's Saskatchewan up 3-1 on Georgia. The NLL returns to Edmonton as Lyle Thompson and the Swarm host the Roughnecks for the league's second annual NLL Unbox Series event. Head to Ticketmaster.ca to get your tickets now. Lyle Thompson, 18 goals, 43 points against Saskatchewan in his NLL career. Yet to get in the goal column or point column in this one. Talking with Jake Boudreau, he said, hey, I love the matchup when I can get anyone's 1A. And Boudreau covering Thompson has been a matchup we've watched for years now. Zawada, he'll work back on Henrik. Mans with a quick stick. Dobson falls back on it, and it won't roll over the goal line.
I don't know if there's a goaltender that moves left to right smoother than Dobson in the league. Just another smooth save, moving left to right. Most other goalies, that's a panic move. Makes it look easy.
Benedict for Cole, got knocked free by Barnable for a second. Byrne behind the net, one arm flip. Jackson bobbled it. Now the Rush, no one's gonna be able to grab it. It's free for a second. Garland one-hands it, and a little lackadaisical here. Now Boudreau's gonna slow it down. 3 defenders up there. And the offense is gonna have to work quickly.
Barnable's gonna stay in play here, Cody.
Penalty upcoming, and it's going to be on Zach Mance.
Not one he's too happy about. And that's the second.
Penalty number 2, 2 minutes, holding a stick.
Called for the hold the stick on that one, and that's now 2 penalties for the Rush. Down in the offensive zone, the old chicken wing around the stick. Something again I know was in last year's focus calls the league was looking at. So Mans gets busted going for some chicken wings. And it's Georgia to the power play again.
Swarm 0 for 2 so far. They'll work it with the wheel. Thompson over to Byrne. Cole, little drag back. Whipped wide. 7 on the shot clock. Cole, Thompson denied by Chiliano. Shot clock gets reset. Frank Chiliano has an .839 save percentage against Georgia last season. Putting on another performance to remember so far. Jackson, Benedict up top. Cole back to Jackson, and Messenger caught in the way. Mike Messenger now running into a maze of bodies, decides to peel this one back as the penalty kill continues. Mans is in the sin bin for another 60 seconds or less. 7:50 left to go, quarter number 3. The Rush have one shorthanded goal in this game. Came out of the stick of Josh Zawada. Second round pick from a couple of years ago. Haley over to Keenan. 1 to shoot. And they'll dump this one down and head off for a change.
A little extra shot there. Liam McGrath on Ryan Keenan there as he jogs off with a shot clock violation. Starting to bring the physicality back up in this one.
McIntosh out there. Second power play unit joins the floor. Thompson save. Benedict for Jackson. Thompson again. This one goes off the dasher, and it's going to be a break. Barnable all alone on Thompson. Ryan Barnable fakes and fires. 5-hole. It's 4-1 Rush.
You mentioned it earlier, Cody. He spent his summer ball playing forward, and I think that really gave him some skills. We saw it last year. Barnable would have some breakaways and just didn't quite know where to go. This time, decisively goes betwixt the pantaloons of Liam Dobson and puts the Rush up by 3. Just a real good bounce there off the penalty kill. Comes on down with speed. And Dobson's had such a good night, but a couple fakes there by Barnable. And we've got our first goal since the 10:55 mark of the second quarter, Coach.
Couple of Whitby Warrior products. Barnable, I believe, a year older than Dobson. Scores the shorty. 2 goals, a man down for Saskatchewan. That's been a difference maker here. The penalty kill. 3 for 3 also. Brock Haley running on the lefty side. Zawada now trying to drive with Shanks. Passes over his head, and Austin Shanks stepped in the crease. McIntosh calling up the bodies. Byrne trying to pull this one cross body. Runs into Matt Hossack. That pass got picked off by Matt Accioni. Read it perfectly. Looking like a safety out here. Now they've gotten Byrne back on defense for a second. Church and Shanks are up there. Church now cross for Keenan. Back to Shanks. Crease dive. It's off the crossbar.
Shanks' best look of the night as the Rush are picking up the pace a little bit here. Boosted, if you will, by the Ryan Barnable goal.
Trumbull out to set some picks for Benedict. Cole with it. Driving down on Messenger. Cole far side. Chiliano made the save. Didn't know where it was for a second, though.
Just a minute. He was a little too casual in that. He's been having such a good night. He knew he had it. But that one slipped out a little bit, but that's okay. A little recovery there by Frank.
Haley's on the logo. Down for Mance. Spin back on McIntosh. Zawada thought about driving. Haven't seen a lot of Levi Anderson this half here. Brock Haley now. Wrong side of the road. Whips this one down to the corner with 5:04 left to go in the frame.
Just taking a look, Anderson is on the bench, not with the training staff.
Benedict for Byrne. Byrne now, hard pick set by Connell, and he's going to have to put this one on the pavement. as it'll be Saskatchewan possession when we come back. Ryan Barnable's second shorthanded goal of the game for the Rush. Barnable's first of the season, and it's the home side up by 3.
The National Lacrosse League makes its return to Edmonton on January 16th as the Georgia Swarm match up against the Calgary Roughnecks in the second ever NLL Unbox Series game. We want you to help bring the energy and excitement to Edmonton for a night to remember. Lyle Thompson and the Swarm, Tanner Cook and the Roughnecks. It's the 2026 NLL Unbox Series game, Friday, January 16th. Get tickets today.
This is the moment you waited all week for. It's Friday night. Whether you're at home or out on the town, it all starts here.
No, he didn't!
The weekend starts here.
Oh, what a move!
With NLL Friday night on TSN.
Co-op Field in Center. A lot of similarities between these two teams in this tight game tonight, not just in the youth of the team, not just in the aggressiveness of the defense, but also in the coaching style. Derek Keenan and Ed Como coached together under Les Bartley. That's a very familiar name to NLL fans, the Les Bartley Trophy given to Head Coach of the Year, which Keenan and Como have both won. They said they have similar traits in their coaching that they learned from Bartley, including how hard he worked, the people management skills, and Keenan says also in how calm we are during the games. But of course, Keenan does have a little cheat. He has an outlet. He says he leaves the ranting and raving up to Jimmy Quinlan.
Keenan, a couple of games away from number 300 in his career. Would be the first coach to ever get to that mark. Ed Como, his 10th season as head coach of the Swarm. Frank Giuliano was thinking about going to the bench to run 6-on-5 sneak to get the ball up the floor. Now they'll just leave it with Zach Mance. Open the scoring in this game. Keenan sets the pick. Haley's up top. Down low. Shanks to Church. Dobson got it with the left hand.
That's an impressive save. I think that went off of Jeff Henrik as well.
McIntosh drives the middle.
That one Frank Giuliano got a piece of as it goes up into the crowd, but George is going to get a fresh 30 to work with.
Thompson defended by Barnable this time. Byrne caught Hossack flat-footed. Trying to go airborne and bounces this one out of play.
That one was bounced out of play.
Messenger and Boudreau playing pass. As Boudreau slows it down. 9 points for him in 3 games against Georgia over the past calendar year. Penalty coming against the Swarm. Giuliano's to the bench. 6-on-5. 8 on the shot clock. Shanks, far side snipe. Austin Shanks puts it, pipe it in. It's 5-1 Rush.
The veteran sees the young guys doing most of the work and says, come on, let me in on the fun from his home down low. Austin Shanks, or as we like to call it, it's Shanksville. He's got that little spot almost like an Alex Ovechkin. If there was a face-off dot there, that's where you'd find Austin Shanks. Probably does about 90% of his scoring. He just snipes that corner so many times in his career from that exact spot. His 4th of the season. And again, carbon copy of what we've seen him do over and over and over again, Cody. That's his spot. He knows how to pick the corner from there.
Well, he caught Dobson dancing right, and he put it in a perfect spot. Now the Swarm look for a response. Shane Jackson, little step down pass to Cole. In the corner. Accioni out on Cole, fires this one off the pipe.
Yeah, that one is going to have a little red paint on that. He got all of the post on that. Had Giuliano beat, but not the iron.
Benedict and Moon on the far side. Call coming against Saskatchewan. Dobson to the bench. Burns out there for the 6-on-5. Rush just scored on a set like this. Benedict behind the cage. Cole for Byrne. Step down. Oh, that caught his teammate in a little friendly fire. Puts Richie Connell on the carpet.
Oh, it looks like it got Connell right below the armor as well, near the sides. He's a tough cookie, though. He's going to get up, walk that one off. And folks at home, I cannot begin to describe how much that hurts when you don't have pads.
Illegal substitution served by the NLL.
So the rush caught coming out a touch early. And Josh Solana is going to be the man to sit in the bin of sin. So far in this one, Georgia 0 for 3 with the man advantage, Cody.
Shane Jackson, 7 goals on the season. Up top, Lyle Thompson, step down, trying to go stick side again on Chiliano, misses the mark. Now Hossack and Boudreau have a break. Jake Boudreau decides to peel it back. Benedict is on the back check all over him. Boudreau trying to kill some clock here.
Wise play by Boudreau. Benedict was all over him. The hustle to get back. Great play there, Caleb Benedict.
Swarm with 1:27 left on this power play. Rush penalty kill 3 for 3. Swarm power play was 40% coming into this game. Jackson and Benedict playing pass, crease side. Cole trying to drag a defender. Now he's gonna walk in. Twister goes off the boards. Thompson for Byrne, looking for his second of the game. Shane Jackson, that shot got blocked by Messenger. He's up and at it, and Boudreau wisely, instead of trying to pick up that loose ball, tried to bat it away. And now the Rush end up throwing it away, though, as Lyle Thompson got back on defense.
Great job by Thompson to get back, but this is trouble now as Mike Messenger is shaken up after taking that one off the rear end. He's got a bit of a hobble to him, so keep an eye out there, Cody.
Connell threw it behind the net. Jackson had the quick stick. Thompson back up top. Connell stepped out. Chiliano with the save.
Again, Chiliano having an excellent night, but the Rush again keeping a lot of the traffic to the outside, allowing Frank to see the shots. And if a goaltender the caliber of Chiliano or even Dobson as well is able to take a clean look, they're more often than not coming up with a stop.
Now Levi Anderson's out there. One of his first shifts of this third quarter. They want to use his athleticism down a man. That shot goes wide, but Zawada's out of the sin bin. And the Rush penalty kill is 4 for 4 tonight, John. Boudreau out to defend Moon. Connell. Corner slot, Byrne. Kean Moon now shooting around a screen. Messenger wears another.
Get the man the ice packs. Get him ready.
Barnable and Church 2-on-1. Robert Church far side. Elbowed away by Dobson. Now Barnable knocked out. Shanks has it in the corner. Waiting for some help. Boston Shanks will evade everyone. Now it'll be 6-on-5 here. Shanks is on the bench. Chiliano, that is. Church is up top. Inside, Mans and McIntosh soaks one. This is gonna bounce back towards the Rush net. Off the mark and maybe a second too late. That could have got real dicey though if you are the Rush. Frank Chiliano, phenomenal. 31 saves through 45 minutes. Don't go anywhere. We got another quarter coming up here. Saskatchewan up 5-1 on the Georgia Swarm. Next week, ESPN has you covered for all your NLL action. First, a Saturday doubleheader on ESPNU as the Rush head east to take on the Thunderbirds. 6 o'clock Eastern, followed by the Swarm traveling to the Loud House to take on the Mammoth. And then Sunday on ESPN2, the 3-time defending champion Bandits head to Cowtown to take on the Roughnecks. All 3 games are also available on ESPN+, TSN Plus, and NLL Plus.
Cody, both coaching staffs talked pregame on this one about how important defense was, and they're probably pretty happy as heading into the fourth quarter, we are flirting with the lowest scoring game in regular season history. That, of course, being San Diego defeating Ottawa 6-5 almost 1 calendar year ago. 11 goals total. We're at 6 right now so far, Cody. Could there be a little history this evening? I guess we're going to have to wait and find out. Both teams decent in the fourth quarter so far this year. 6 goals in the fourth for Georgia, 5 for the Rush.
Jake Naso 8 for 10 at the stripe, and Saskatchewan starts with the ball in quarter number 4. Robert Church out goalless in this one. Austin Shanks for Anderson. Back to Shanks, 5-hole attempt. Dobson doesn't know exactly where it is, and it's stuck there somewhere in his gear.
Dobson now to 29 saves on the evening. Just a goaltender's duel in this one.
Cole passes behind Jackson. Thompson flips it. Kian Moon. Step down, Chiliano makes a save. Saw him score a couple of outrageous goals back in the 2023 Minto Cup when he was called up by the Edmonton Miners in that tournament. Wild at the Bill Hunter Arena. He had one of the better games I've ever seen against the Calgary Mounties. Anderson misses on the backdoor quick stick. Now Trumbull's gonna have a partial break. Trumbull pushed off balance by Messenger, remains on 2 feet. Benedict, Thompson, Caleb Benedict, defended by Kidd III. Moon for Connell. Byrne pushed around some bodies. Connell now low to low. Chiliano got it with the left pad. Kidd III is on the ground right now and needing some attention here.
We're going to get a look here, Cody. EK3 took a hard pick there. Looks like it's his lower back. He's reaching at it on his way down. He fought with some injuries over the past couple years here. The reverse angle here. Bobby Kidd III down. Looks like it was just an inadvertent collision, nothing of violence. His training staff is looking at his ribs right around the armor area. He was reaching for the lower back.
Well, the kidneys don't stop everything, and that's the kidney pads that are.
We'll get one more look here, as it looks like it was just Nolan Byrne trying to establish his presence in front. Might have got a little low. Almost looked like it might have just winded him the way he went down, or the way he popped back up off the mat like the Undertaker there. Bobby Kidd III looks like he's going to be all right. All high fives as he heads back to the bench there from the fellow defenders.
Already down one righty defender in Adam J, who has moved on to the IR this week. Here's Lyle Thompson. Down for Moon. Kian Moon step inside. That shot won't make its way on goal.
Another shot block there. The Rush have been getting in lanes like crazy. Probably up to 4 or 5 blocks so far on the evening, Cody. 5 to be exact. The Georgia Swarm now have not scored in 45 minutes in this one, Cody. Their last goal, $1:54 into this one.
Hickey up for Cole. Got his pass right back. Shanks is caught back on defense here. Room inside, and Frank Chiliano guides it to the corner.
And that's not something you see from Georgia. Georgia usually a great offensive team here, Cody, but the Rush D and Frank the Tank great so far.
Cole now, little power move inside. Jared Smith takes him down.
Got to try everything again in a game that the defense and the goaltending have had their number.
Brock Haley scored in the opening quarter, made it 2-1. Zawada, pass intended for the captain, and Anderson overran it down low.
He likes to use that athleticism, but sometimes needs to learn you don't need to go all gas, no brakes. He outruns that one.
Connell had a goal called off earlier. Burn now, denied by Chiliano. Connell got it again. The big lefty out of Denver won't fire. Thompson looking for some help. Byrne has it, one hand on his stick. Flip back, inside's McIntosh, and he scores. Well, the drought's over. It's the captain who has the second of the game for Georgia.
McIntosh lost in the wash a little bit there as good ball movement leaves him all alone in front. You look here, Garland misses his man, McIntosh, time and space, and he's not missing from that close to the crease. Bit of a defensive breakdown there for Saskatchewan, leaves McIntosh versus Chiliano on an island. And as good as Frank Chiliano's been tonight, you leave Jordan McIntosh in that spot with that kind of time, he's probably going to score on anybody.
McIntosh, Lyle Thompson, Shane Jackson, Brian Cole, the four members on this squad that were also here in 2017. Talked with Ed Como before it. He said McIntosh, he is up there with the best leaders in the game, and now Naso is getting gritty with it as there's a Rush player down in the corner. Grace and Naso are continuing to have work. Bobby Kidd III's back out there too. That's good to see, but it's Matt Accioni down in front of the Outlaws side of the corner.
Yeah, Accioni took a hard one into the boards there from behind. Both teams fighting for a loose ball. Pardon me, he's there, he scoops it up after an initial dive, gets stapled there by Trumbull, and the referees picked it up. They saw it, they had it on the arm before the chaos broke out, and Trumbull's been given a 5-minute major.
So they are going to review this. Accioni's still down on the floor here. This does not look too good for him.
Well, especially he dealt with some injury issues last year, Cody. You hate to see it. Comes into camp healthy, and next thing you know, you're getting stapled into the boards in that danger area. Our officiating crew is going to look to see if it's going to uphold a 5 here, as Trumbull is in the bin of sin, as we do watch Accioni here in the building, up and walking to the Rush bench. Walking a bit gingerly after getting stapled on the boards on that one, but a dangerous play like that, that's the best possible outcome, that he's up, walking it off and on his way. Now it's up to our officiating crew to decide whether or not that 5-minute major will hold here. So we get another look at it here from a different angle. Accioni down in a vulnerable position trying to scoop that loose ball before getting hit from behind by Trumbull. And then Naso, just like his teammates stuck up for him at the end of the Ottawa game last week, getting in there, sticking up for his teammates as well.
Well, there were some words exchanged between the benches, but looks like the refs have reviewed it and have come to a conclusion.
After review, the 5-minute major for boarding has been reduced to a 2-minute minor.
Fans aren't going to love it, but it's been reduced to a 2-minute minor. Rush are going to the power play, 0 for 2 so far in this one, although they do have a 6-on-5 goal that was on a delayed penalty.
Just confirmation, Accioni has headed back to the locker room for further treatment as well. So we'll have to keep an eye if he returns to the Rush bench.
Robert Church is up top. He'll quarterback this power play. Mance Shanks. Haley backdoor feed. Mans was there, didn't connect. Keenan, his pass got knocked down. Church battling for it. Inside, Shanks fires. Thompson with the sink. Church has it again. 3-on-2 if they want to go quick, but it's a bit of chaos right now, so they get a fresh unit out there. Robert Church will call the play. Righty strong look here. Shanks quickly denied by Dobson. Dobson with the outlet pass. Cole's going to run up on it, but Matt Hosick will beat him to the free ball.
Great burst of speed there by Hosick. Great read on that to get out the back gate and break up that play. Looked like a surefire breakaway there for the Swarm.
Church leads the team with 2 power play goals this year. Wouldn't mind seeing him let one fly. Shanks is in a shooter spot. Mans and Church will play pass, and now this one's picked off. Predictable at best. Hickey now on a break. Jacob Hickey short-handed scores. The lead's down to 2 as Jacob Hickey has his first of the season.
I don't think I've ever seen a team, Cody, go 45 minutes between goals and have all the momentum and be within 2 in this one. You look at the last couple goals there, defensive breakdowns there. You're right, that was as predictable as they come for the rush on the power play. Easy pick and go by the Toronto product, Jacob Hickey, to get his first of the season on the breakaway. Zach Mans trying to break it up. Couldn't quite do it. You can see he's not exactly thrilled with himself for his effort on that one, Cody. And the Swarm now with a short-handed goal. Lead down to 2 for the home team.
Swarm are -2 on their power play. The Rush are now -1 on their power play. I wonder if there's a record for the most amount of shorthanded goals when there's no power play goals in a single game, because this is getting a little outrageous here.
Can they decline the penalties now? Can we do that like in football?
Church has Mans up top. Anderson's crease side. Ryan Keenan down for Anderson. And they'll say he stepped in the crease. Play got blown down. It'll be Swarm possession when we come back. 2 straight for the Swarm. The Stingers are out, and it's a 2-goal game in Saskatchewan.
The National Lacrosse League makes its return to Edmonton on January 16th as the Georgia Swarm match up against the Calgary Roughnecks in the second ever NLL Unbox Series game. We want you to help bring the energy and excitement to Edmonton for a night to remember. Lyle Thompson and the Swarm, Tanner Cook and the Roughnecks. It's the 2026 NLL Unbox Series game, Friday, January 16th. Get tickets today.
This is the moment you waited all week for. It's Friday night. Whether you're at home or out on the town, it all starts here.
No, he didn't!
The weekend starts here.
Oh, what a move!
With NLL Friday night on TSN.
TSN Plus is brought to you by Kilo. Stay energized for every moment to the NLL action with Kilo. Visit drinkkilo.com. And by Hotel Planner. Travel smarter with exclusive NLL fan discounts at nll.hotelplanner.com. And by StubHub, your home for tickets to the speed and intensity of the NLL.
And great news for the Saskatchewan Rush as Matt Accioni has come back out of the locker room after taking a hit from behind, and he's back on the Rush bench. So good news there for the home squad, and good news for the young man out of Delaware.
No points for him in this one, but the defender has 6 loose balls and a caused turnover. Boudreau defending Lyle Thompson. Boudreau still giving him the business. He'll push him back here. Up top now, Trumbull. Step down, save is made by Chiliano as we're back to even strength.
And that means the Georgia Swarm have still only given up 1 power play goal this entire season, Cody. That penalty kill unit is something else.
Mans for Shanks. Anderson finds Shanks, far side floater. Mans has it again, trying to go 5-hole, and Dobson drops down to a knee. Michael Grace up the floor. Goal and 5 assists for the rookie. Grace now one arms it down for McIntosh. Benedict does it on the shot clock. Byrne spin down on BK3. Jackson now, room and space, and Messenger soaks that one in the back of the leg. Over to Jackson again, and Chiliano makes a stop.
And for anybody that doesn't know, there's zero padding there. Just took a Shane Jackson shot directly off the hammy with no padding.
3 shot blocks for Mike Messenger in this one. Zawada now dances around Hickey. Bouncer for Haley. Anderson way up top. Brock Haley, step down, kick save, can't gear up the rebounds. Liam McGrath will run.
Nice job by Zawada getting back there. McGrath looked like he had an open path towards Chiliano, but Zawada stayed on him.
Swarm have 2 in the quarter, Rush have none. Cole for Thompson. Far side, it's over the net. Benedict now blows a tire and toe drags Hosek. Bouncer goes wide and ends up in row 1.
Almost got the reset. That would have been a dream play there for Benedict after the little toe drag, the fake out.
Robert Church now on the roll. Behind the back flip for Shanks, and then Mans is stopped on the one-timer.
Great behind the back pass there. Mans with a great play there, but Dobson, even better save. Again, just sliding across, making it look easy.
Rush haven't scored a 4th quarter goal since December 6th against Calgary. Kean Moon now. He'll drive and dip back. Thompson has McClelland on his hands. Great defense there, and Messenger knocked it away from Byrne. Up the floor, Matt Accione's back on the turf.
Love to see it.
Jared Smith, Manitoba product. Now living in Saskatchewan full-time. Robert Church, 6 to play here in regulation. Shanks, pass intended for Anderson. He was on the back pedal. Now he's got to play some defense. 2-on-1 the other way. Grace has it. Grace takes it, and it's off the side of the cage. Shanks is back on defense as well. Grace up for Henrik. Kidd the third was in, laid the lumber in a cross check, but couldn't dislodge the ball. Shanks and Anderson still back on defense, and it's Byrne who lets this one go. It's a 1-goal game.
Georgia taking advantage of their athleticism, and again, able to trap 2 Saskatchewan forwards back on defense. That leads to a pile of confusion. Guys playing out of position there as you had Garland, the lefty, up against the righty matchup. And instead, it's Byrne. Thompson, nice little pass there. Byrne just steps into this one, saw his opportunity there with Garland on the wrong side of the road. Buries it. And Georgia coming to life here in the 4th quarter. Now just down 1.
Naso wins the face-off for Saskatchewan. No goals from Keenan or Church tonight. Zawada down for Church. Messenger's in the middle. He'll set the pick. Mance, he'll slide inside. Zach Mance to the net, loses the rock.
Just a field of sticks and arms and bodies every time you're cutting towards the net here for the Rush. This team defense by Georgia has been outstanding tonight.
Shane Jackson surveys the floor. Jackson now lane to the cage. Chiliano has it. Jared Smith Uses his feet to evade a couple of forecheckers.
That's why we call him the Winnipeg Jet.
Really been impressed with his game, as Zacchione too. Stepping into the lineup cold for Smith, not an easy thing to do. Shanks as Church. Mance inside. Haley. 1 second left, and he rolls it far side. 4:06 left to go, quarter number 4. The Swarm aren't going anywhere. It's a 1-goal game. Don't go anywhere. We're back with the finale next.
Tonight's star of the game is brought to you by TFL, and it is one Mr. Robert Church. No goals on the evening, but in a 5-4 game, he's got 3 primary assists, and oh boy, all 3 are pretty. Look at that little behind the back to Austin Shanks there on the 6-on-5. The other 2 creating 2 of the 5 rush goals. The leading scorer in this game, tied with Byrne, that is Robert Church. He's got 8 shots tonight. Hasn't found the twine just yet. Much like the Rush have not found the twine in the 4th quarter since their home opener on way back in the beginning of December here, Cody. Be a great Christmas gift for Rush Miss is what they've called tonight's game.
Bernie's on hat-trick watch. Over to Thompson. Ripped that one off his teammate behind the net. Byrne now off the post. It's behind Chiliano, and Jake Boudreau just got back there and saved a goal.
He did. Boudreau able to put it back underneath Chiliano, and that's where Messenger was able to help his goaltender lock it down and keep this one a 1-goal game. Watch this. Boudreau coming back. Well, pardon me, that is Chiliano's pad that was able to scoop it out in front, but still a good awareness by Boudreau to cover the goal line.
Robert Church inside. Zawada dipping Duncan. He'll hit the post.
What a move mid-air by Zawada. And now it's Dobson getting a little iron in his diet to help him out.
Keenan flips it right into the stick of Mike Manley. Here goes the veteran out of New York. Down for Benedict. Less than 3 to go in regulation. Burns got a 3-point game going on to lead Georgia. Thompson right down the middle, and again he fires it off his teammate behind the net. This is out for Robert Church. He was back on defense. Church one-on-one with Henrik, decides to slow it down.
He had to. That whole Swarm defense was flying out the back gate like they have been all night, Cody.
Church has 16 goals in 10 games against the Swarm in his career. Mance low to high. Church has it. 5 to shoot. Zach Mance back for Shanks, and Dobson got it with that right hand.
Unbelievable save there by Dobson, stretching out, making the stop. And quite the opposite of our game tonight too, Cody. You saw 15-11, the final for Rochester over Philly.
Jackson to Byrne. 9 goals in this one. Byrne denied by Chiliano. Bounces out of play. Reset comes. Dobson still in the net. They're not going 6-on-5 yet. Kian Moon won't shoot it. They've got the rookie out there. Now it's turned over. Bobby Kidd III has a break. BK3 up with Mike Messenger. Mike Messenger, couple of fakes, and he's stopped by Dobson. 2 massive saves by Dobson in the final 2 minutes.
Love the awareness by Bobby Kidd III. He dished it to Mike Messenger and then took the man streaking off the bench to give him a clean look. But Messenger not able to bury.
Benedict for Connell, knocked down. Connor McClelland has it. Hossack back up for McClelland. Rocks number 13 because of his favorite hockey player growing up, Matt Sundin.
Great pick. Can't disagree there.
For Keenan. Anderson's in the corner. The Calgary kid for Church. Inside. Austin Shanks scores! Pound Deer chest, Saskatchewan. Austin Shanks makes it 6-4.
And for the first time since their home opener 2 weeks ago, the Saskatchewan Rush have scored in the fourth quarter, and it is Austin Shanks coming up big. They are going to review it. We are in the final couple minutes here. From our look up here, looked okay, but it's going to be tough to see. Going to have to get a couple looks at it, and maybe the Rush drought remains in the fourth quarter.
Fifth of the season if it stands.
It's going to be bang, bang.
Right toe, though.
Oh, yeah. Like, it's bang, bang, Cody. Like, he beats Dobson clean, which might be able to help him out. But I don't know. When he goes airborne, it's always so tricky when these guys go airborne. So right toe is what we're going to be looking at here. Can't see it quite as much from that angle. Can see he goes airborne, beats Dobson clear. Here's our team again, getting us all the best looks as they always do. Getting a good look there. I think based on that look, you can see if you slow it down, you're probably seeing a little bit of air betwixt the white line of the crease. And just like I requested it, we're going to go frame by frame. Take a look here, Cody. At his right foot, it looks like we should have a good goal once you slow it down. Once you go back in time, as the camera, you can see the neon green, and it looks like he's up in the air as he beats Dobson clean. If Dobson gets a piece of that, I think it's no goal. But we'll wait for the official call. They know better than us.
After review, the call on the floor is being confirmed. We have a good goal.
Veteran move by Austin Shanks will find the back of the net. Second of the game, 175th of his National Lacrosse League career in year number 8. Naso at the strike. He'll win it and get swarmed by Georgia bodies. That shot got blocked, and it was blown down. The Rush got a timeout in, as Naso got the loose ball, fearlessly battling for it. And Saskatchewan gets a timeout, meaning they can set up a possession here to try kill off the majority of what's left in the game clock.
Naso now 12 for 14, and boy, is he ever a piece that Saskatchewan misses when he's not in the lineup. You can even tell, wasn't quite himself last week against Ottawa. Home opener, he missed it. Yes, the Rush won, but they struggled at the dot. He's just been so good since he entered the league, Cody. Just another exhibition in great face-off play, and like you said, this is a guy that's been banged up. He's not a huge guy. This is a guy that takes some big hits at times, and he still fearlessly picks up that loose ball, allows the home team to pick up a timeout. And for history's sake, if the Rush kill it, as I'm going to broadcast or jinx this, so Georgia fans watching, here comes a goal. We would be the lowest scoring regular season game in NLL history at 10 goals. 9 happened in the postseason once, when Matt Vince basically said nobody's scoring on me. But depending what happens here, we could see some history tonight, Cody.
Mance, 1-on-2 up for Boudreau. Bounces it to Garland. Holding Garland now in the danger zone. Don't want to make that pass north. He's going to run it right towards the cage and score. Holden Garland, icing on the cake, gets the first of his season, and Saskatchewan has 7 on the board.
Georgia going with the goalie pull, trying to get the double team there, but some quick ball movement by Saskatchewan and an athletic play by Holden Garland's going to put this one away here. You watch that little stop and go as Jeff Henrik, he puts him in the blender, and Henrik knew he got him there, and the goal ends up Holden Garland into the empty net. Should put this one away for Saskatchewan. Again, never say never, but 19 seconds left in this.
17th goal of his career. Garland scored a massive playoff goal last year as well. Hey, he can score when there's a goalie in the net as well, but this one getting looked at by the refs. Frank Chiliano only allowed 4 goals so far on 38 shots. Boy, we've seen some great goaltending performances in the league. We saw Dobson last week, Warren Hill.
Yes.
Those 2 goals, just some crazy performances. Frank Chiliano's on one tonight too.
Frank Chiliano said that the fewest goals he's ever given up in his professional career is 4. Now, I don't have the time to go through and see if that's NLL or WLA or whatever that may be, but he will tie that tonight. Pardon me. Now he's going to get scored on. You know it's coming. Broadcaster curse right there. Georgia's going to get the timeout with one last gasp here, Cody.
Grace grabbed the loose ball, and Ed Como and company will call a timeout. 10 seconds left to go. They'll drop a 6-on-5 play.
How about the play Dobson too tonight?
It was really good. Really good.
38 saves, 5 more. So the next broadcast crew that works a Swarm game, you're going to see Dobson go past 2,000 in his career. I was thinking the way he was playing all game long, the way the Rush offense was looking early on, I thought for sure we're going to see that milestone tonight. But he's going to lower his already crazy low goals against of 9.39.
Frank Chiliano also, with this game played, means that he's now past 7,908 minutes, passes Brandon Miller for 11th all-time for NLL goaltenders. You got to look at the one they call Frank the Tank as he walks back for what could be one final possession. 10.4 seconds is on the clock. Nolan Byrne runs it up. 6-on-5. Byrne for Benedict. Chiliano, another save. Messenger fires one at the empty net. It'll bounce high, and Saskatchewan moves to 2-1 with a 7-4 win over the Georgia Swarm.
Did not take the members bounce there for Mike Messenger. As we tie tonight, Cody, the lowest scoring regular season game in NLL history, seeing 11 goals drop this evening. Both coaches talked about improving their defense. Especially, I know that's one thing the Rush focused on at practice last night, at shoot-around this morning, saying we got to get better defensively. You heard Derek Keenan say it. You heard Jimmy Quinlan say it. You heard Jeremy Talevi say it. They all said it, and they went out and executed it. And man, like, if you're Georgia, count on one hand the number of times you're ever going to lose with only giving up 7. What a performance there by the Georgia Swarm, by Dobson. What a great game for these guys.
Well, even giving up 6, really, right?
Yeah, exactly.
It's crazy how good both goalies were. The Rush have won 3 straight now against Georgia, but you have to go back 3,570 days to the last time the Saskatchewan Rush beat the Georgia Swarm in the regular season here in SaskTel Center, all the way back to the inaugural season. Yes, these two teams don't exactly meet every single year here, but more often than not, they've met in Duluth, Georgia. So the home cooking pays off for Saskatchewan, and defense on both sides, you have to be happy with that. The offense, maybe still a couple of question marks. Let's go down to the floor, though. Star of the game here, Frank Chiliano, is standing by with Heather Morrison.
It was going to be a tough match, Frank. We knew it was going to require good goalkeeping, and we had that on both sides. Brett Dobson was great. You were better. You held the Swarm off for 45 minutes straight without a goal tonight. How did you lock in?
Yeah, this is a team sport, right? Obviously, I get some of the credit for a low number, but my defense was letting me see a lot of the shots that I like to see, especially against, you know, a dangerous Georgia team. Like, you know, Thompson, Connell, Shane Jackson, you know, go up and down their lineup. There's lots of world-class players there, but at the end of the day, we were able to kind of stick to the system tonight, and, you know, it's kind of cliche, but we hadn't really played a whole 60 minutes all year, and this was kind of, you know, our first kind of sniff of that. So we're going to try and build off of that for next week.
Lowest scoring game now in the NLL books. Does this tie a personal record for you?
Yeah, I think it might. I don't know. Maybe I did it 2 years ago. It's kind of weird. Me and you did that little interview yesterday, and you were talking about it, and then it happened. So It's funny how things work out.
I will take some credit, sure, why not? A big game against Halifax coming up next week. What do you want to see that you can carry over from tonight's game?
Yeah, obviously, you know, it's the holiday season. We can't really get distracted, right? We're going to travel on the 26th, and Halifax is a great team. They're playing great lacrosse right now, so we're going to study up and be sharp as a knife for next week.
Great, thanks, Frank. Enjoy the celebration.
Thank you. Have a good one, Heather. Thanks.
Thank you, Heather. Frank Chiliano just held Shane Jackson, Lyle Thompson, Brian Cole to 0 goals in that contest. A goaltending masterpiece. Robert Church 4 assists. Austin Shakes 2 goals. Mans, Garland, Barnable, Haley, and Zawada with the others. 7-4 the final for myself, Cody Jansen, John Fraser, Heather Morrison, the entire production crew that puts this one on. Hey, we had some fun tonight. Have a great holiday season. Merry Christmas from the crew in Saskatchewan.